All right, guys, hope you're doing well. This is Rowlands. I'm a nutritional balancing practitioner, and I'm just going through some questions on my email today. If you enjoy the channel and you enjoy the questions, then feel free to donate. The link is in the description below. All right, so it might be a little bit long, this video, because I've got quite a few questions to go through, but hang fire and I'm sure you'll get some good quality information from them. All right, let's begin. So, first question. Hi, Lewis. I just got a massage to loosen up my muscles and get some toxins out. The therapist also did some reflexology. Afterwards, I did a sauna session and now I feel more shaky than usual. Is this a detox reaction? Could definitely be a detox reaction. I mean, at the end of the day, you've had like a very intense day by the sounds of it. You've had a deep tissue massage. You've had some reflexology, which is going to stimulate your detox pathways, and then you did the sauna afterwards. So that's a lot of kind of pressure on the body, and you're doing all the things really to start a healing reaction. So I would probably say that you probably released something. When I used to get deep tissue work and do reflexology and stuff like that, I also used to get some sort of healing reaction. So just see how it goes. Read Dr. Wilson's article on healing reactions. Make sure you drink plenty of water, and if it starts getting intense, give me a shout. But because then you really know it's a healing reaction. Body might just be in a bit of shock. Obviously, people that are quite ill and the body has to rejuvenate and repair itself after all these sessions, it can make you feel a little bit weak and shaky just because it hasn't got the energy to live a normal life anyway. So now it's having to find more energy to heal. So that could be a potentiality as well. But yeah, keep me informed. I would imagine it probably subside after a couple of days. Okay, next. This is not really a question. By the way, any clients that are watching this, I recently put a post on our Facebook chat group that I am going to be deleting the group soon. But I also wrote, I would like clients to email me every 2 to 3 weeks just to see how they're getting on, just to keep me informed and stuff, because it's quite easy to fall off the program, and often people fall off the program for the wrong reasons. So even if you just email me, whether it's a short sentence or two, it's really helpful, and I can kind of give you some advice and stuff. It just makes me know that you're still around and you're still doing the program and whatnot. So this is one of the clients who has checked in, basically. So overall, I'm doing quite well. Haven't had any severe healing reactions. Only if I skip the coffee enema in the morning, I feel crappy in the afternoon. I guess because toxins are getting stuck rather than being moved along by the enema, so I do them regularly. Yeah, I mean, it just goes to show how powerful the coffee enema is. If you skip doing your enemas, toxins can actually build up pretty quick because the body is so used to getting toxins out with the addition of a coffee enema. Max Gerson, who was the cancer pioneer, he used to use coffee enemas around 6 times per day, even in the middle of the night. People would have to get up in the middle of the night and do coffee enemas. And there has unfortunately been some reports of people who skipped doing the enemas, and as a result, the toxins built up so much that I think a couple of people actually passed away. So that just goes to show how powerful the coffee enemas are. So yeah, sometimes if you skip them, you can feel pretty rubbish because toxins will start to build up a little bit. I was 100% on the diet for about 6 weeks, and then I got bored and had some challenges sticking to it. But for the most part, I am back on. But cheating for me is probably comparatively mild. I have a soft spot for cabbage and celery and more butter than I probably should have on a slow oxidizer diet, and I crave butternut squash pie once a week. just the squash, ground almonds, butter and eggs, and eating less overall. Only 2 meals a day, so probably missing a lot of meals from the veggies. So yeah, I think you need to try and get more veggies into the diet there. You shouldn't really be having extra butter if you're a slow oxidizer. You should be getting all your fats and oils from the kind of proteins that we recommend. So like chicken, lamb, turkey, almond butter. That should provide you with all the oils for and fat for the slow oxidizer. So you shouldn't really be adding extra butter. But overall, don't beat yourself up. You're doing well compared to a lot of people, so that's good. While I was 100% compliant and had all the supplements available, my restless leg syndrome improved greatly. I am now working to get that back on after being lax. And sorry, 2 minutes. Someone's trying to. Audio from a mobile device. People try and call. I haven't been able to do saunas yet at all because even at my best, the mineral loss increases restless leg. Yeah, that is a problem sometimes with saunas, I admit. Make sure you're getting enough kelp. That's super important, really, especially if you're doing saunas and for the restless leg syndrome. You can also try doing a few Epsom salts baths. That'll help a lot. I'm sure Dr. Wilson has an article on restless leg. But yeah, it's usually to do with potassium loss in general. So anyone that's got sympathetic dominance, for example, and doing saunas, it can increase restless leg syndrome. So yeah, just have a read of Dr. Wilson's article on restless legs. He basically says that the most common thing is so yeah, extra kelp, try and get more calcium, magnesium, because they're the sedative minerals. So most people with restless leg syndrome have a low calcium, magnesium. He talks about having some raw milk and some carrot juice and some paramin. But yeah, read the article because it's quite big. I'm not going to go into it too deeply in this video. I have been working with an amazing energy healer, releasing trapped emotions, and after each session, I feel increased energy. It's quite amazing. I have to learn to balance the new energy with lots of rest because my first tendency was excitement and finally feeling so much better and doing all the things I've been wanting to do for a while but couldn't. Yeah, it's a little bit of a tricky one, really. It's happened to me loads of times when you get this new energy and it doesn't really come from deep within. So you'll just use it up and then all of a sudden you'll feel burnt out again and you'll get frustrated. So it's a learning process, really. I always say energy is a little bit like a bank account. Most people who start the program, they're like they're like £100,000 in debt. So it's about kind of paying off that debt basically with your energy. But someone who's in £100,000 worth of debt and say they pay off £30,000 and they're down to £70,000 in debt, to them it feels like they've got energy, but in reality they're still in debt, if you understand what I mean. So they'll use up that energy and kind of put themselves back into debt. My flatmate's laughing at me, but it's a good metaphor. But you've got to think of it like a bank account, and you've got to keep investing in your energy until you're in the green again, and then you can start using your energy a little bit more. But I did that all the time, especially in the beginning of the program. I would get a little bit of energy, and in reality, underneath, I was still really tired, and I would just use up the energy like within hours and get like back to square one. So invest in your energy. That's a learning curve you need to go through when you're suffering from burnout. So now I feel like I'm back on my way to maintaining equilibrium with everything, diet, supplements, and rest. I think I need the boundary pushing to show me both how far I have come, and also that I need to keep at it for the long goal, for the long haul, because it is working. That's true. I enjoyed your video about riding the waves. It was very helpful, as are all the vids. So good. But yeah, like I say, overall, you're doing really well. So thanks for sending me an email and checking in. Any clients that haven't done that and haven't spoken to me for a while, please do. But yeah, try and invest in your energy when you get some, because people do not realize how exhausted they are, and it takes years really to kind of get yourself to a stage where your energy comes from within, like a flower. All right, awesome. Next question. All right, so this is from a guy who got in touch with me about acne, and we've worked out a kind of personal deal with him where I'm going to go a little bit more in depth with him. So yeah, I'll just quickly go off on a bit of a tangent. So, you know, we understand a lot of people that follow the Nutritional Balancing Program are quite sick, and they financially struggle. I like to think that the Nutritional Balancing Program is cheap, considering a fairly large percentage of 2 minutes. Sorry, someone's trying to call. Where was I? Keep costs to a minimum, and I try my best to be able. But sometimes people want extra help, and you can come to various agreements and stuff. So, you know, just putting it out there for some clients who are a little secure maybe, and they want, you know, more phone calls, more video calls, more video chats, you know, specific things to go in further, then give me a shout. But anyway, so what times should the meals be, and what's the latest I should have my dinner? You know, just breakfast, lunch, dinner. So if you wake up at, you know, you should be waking up like 7, 8, you know, maybe do some routines. You want to be eating between, you know, like 9 and 11, and then you want lunch between, say, 1 and 3, and then you want dinner between, say, 4 and 6. So you don't have to be too specific, but in general, if you try and, you know, spread it out in terms of thirds and eat your dinner before 6, that's generally a wise idea. Do I need to drink 1 litre of warm water in the morning before breakfast? Yes, that would be a wise decision. So yeah, usually what I do is as soon as I get up in the morning, I'll drink 1 litre of warm water. That means that I've drank a litre, and also it gets the digestion system running, etc. And then I've told this person to skip the carrot juice and drink wheatgrass juice instead. So for the wheatgrass, do I just drink that through the day in addition to the 2 litres of bottled water? Yes, so that'd be an addition. I think it's only 250 ml. I only drink about 250 ml of wheatgrass juice. It's not a lot really. It's just, you know, maybe 2 mouthfuls. So how many coffee enemas should I do a day? Because you're just starting coffee enemas, it's probably a wise idea just to do 1 a day, maybe 1 every 2 days, depending on how you react to it. If you react pretty well and you can do them quite easily, you could do 2 enemas back to back. So do 1 enema and then do another one straight after. That's more powerful. But again, because you're just starting, then it's a wise idea to just be cautious, because it can be a little bit stimulating in the beginning. So after I've cooked the chicken in the slow cooker and then put it in the fridge, do I eat it cold for the rest of the week, or do I eat it up with the vegetables in the pressure cooker? If I cook a big batch of chicken and veg in the morning in a pressure cooker for the whole day, will the pressure cooker keep the lunch and dinner warm, or do I just eat the lunch and dinner cold? Would be great if you could go into more detail with how to cook the food and whether to eat it warm. So yeah, I did do a video on the best way to cook and eat on a nutritional balancing program, so you can check that out. That shows you how to pressure cook, etc., on the YouTube channel. With regards to the other questions, I generally will cook a chicken in the slow cooker at the beginning of the week, and I'll use that chicken throughout the week. You sometimes you need two. You could use a turkey, but once the chicken's cooked, the best thing to do is to take off all the chicken, put it in a container, put the juice in the container, put it in the fridge. Then what you can do is when you have a meal, take the chicken out of the fridge, and if you put the chicken on top of the food, and you leave the food to cool down, because usually it's too hot to eat anyway when it comes out of the pressure cooker. By the time you get the chicken, it's warmed up, so that's all right. Or you could put the chicken in the pressure cooker for a minute before the pressure cooker finishes. That would be fine. Generally, what you can do is, if you cook the food in the morning, a big batch. If you keep the lid on, by lunchtime, it's usually fairly warm, that you can eat it straight from the pressure cooker. And then at dinner, you could take out the water, put in some fresh water, and reheat the food. It's fine. That's generally what I find easiest to do. So I've told this person to buy a few products. So he's gone on to Amazon, and he's just asking me whether these products are okay to buy. So I'm going to go through them. I'll also share my screen so you can see what I'm doing. Cool. So the first product is food grade hydrogen peroxide. Because I'm helping this person with his skin, I would recommend washing it with some food grade hydrogen peroxide. 35% is a good one. It's a good percentage, but it's difficult to find online. So you could buy this one, food grade hydrogen peroxide. Usually you do 1 part hydrogen peroxide, 10 parts to 10 parts water. With this one, you could do 2 parts hydrogen peroxide to 10 parts water. So that would be fine to use. What we got here? Organic wheatgrass powder. Generally, if you can get fresh wheatgrass, it's better. I know that's difficult to find, but powdered wheatgrass is probably the second best. So that's organic. So that looks pretty good to me. You could potentially grow your own wheatgrass. I mean, that would be even better. But that's probably another video. Next product is Enema kit. So yeah, that's a very good Enema kit. You need to be careful because some Enema kits are toxic. So if you get the silicon tips, they're better. And also if you're getting BPA and other chemical ingredients in there, then that's not good. So that's a very good Enema kit. A lot of people don't actually go to the effort of buying a non-toxic Enema kit. So well done on that one. Clipper organic medium roast Arabica coffee. So yeah, generally any organic medium roast coffee is a good one to use. Usually we say that the South American coffees are best. I'm not sure where this one comes from. Arabica. Where's that? Am I being stupid here? Where does it come from? Arabia. So Arabia is Asian, yeah? Yeah, West Asia. So ideally get the South American one, but that'll do. Don't worry about it too much. Cool. Meridian Organic. Yeah, I think that's roasted too. So that is okay. Let me see. Cool. That's a good one. The same with the tahini. And cool, the millet, organic millet. So yeah, good products. Well done. Top marks on that one. Let me stop sharing the screen. How often should I wash my face with hydrogen peroxide and water? My skin is very oily from using benzoyl peroxide all over it for 2 to 3 years, and obviously that dries out my skin, so my skin is producing more oil. I would say one in the morning, one at night. Try to see how that works. You might have to. I'm not sure how you're going to react to it at the moment, so just try that at first, or maybe just try it once and let me know how it goes. I won't be able to stick to this routine religiously as I'm going to Rome with my girlfriend. I had a few questions regarding this. Obviously, I am going to be eating bad foods such as pizzas. Well, that's a choice. That's a choice. And, if we're going to be working together to kind of deal with this situation in the time frame that you're expecting, then, for you to turn around and tell me that you're going to be eating pizza is not a good thing, especially when you've gone to all the effort of trying to find really good products and you're really wanting to knuckle down on this. Is there anything I can do to reduce the effects of junk food, something like probiotics or any supplements? There's nothing you can do to reduce the effects of eating junk food. There's nothing you can do. It is a choice, and regardless of whether you're going traveling or not, you have the ability to not eat a pizza. You can, if you're in a restaurant and there's nothing else, you can, I mean, I've never actually been in a restaurant where they don't sell salads. It's not really recommended, but at the very worst, you can have a salad instead of a pizza. You can ask the restaurant to get you some cooked vegetables. That's usually helpful. I've been to Rome and I asked for cooked vegetables when everyone else was eating pizza. So there's no excuses there. Ideally, like when I go traveling, I get an Airbnb and I have my own kitchen, so I can cook my own food, and I'll take my food in a carry case or whatever. So that helps. But in general, there's nothing you can do to reduce the effects of junk food, and it will slow you. It will kind of stop the progress if you're eating pizzas, because pizzas is definitely like the worst thing you can do, especially for skin. What can I do for sun cream? Every sun cream I wear breaks me out since I've used BP for 2 to 3 years. My skin is pretty sensitive to the sun. Wear sunscreen or just wear none or wear a hat. I mean, I'm not sure what sunscreen you've used. I'm assuming you've used the non-toxic versions. If they don't work, then the only thing really is to try and wear a hat. But yeah, try the non-toxic sunscreen, which by the sounds of it, you've probably tried. So that's it. That's all the questions for that guy. So hope that helps. But yeah, Steph pizzas. Let's see. Next one. I think this is the last one, or second to last one. Hello, I've watched your video about the coffee enemas and I realised that I don't add water after boiling. Is that a big mistake? I just wait until it becomes warm. So I'm assuming what you mean is that you put the coffee in the pan with the water and you boil the coffee, and then you wait for it to cool down. So I'm assuming if you're doing it that way, then you are putting in 2 cups or 1.5 cups with coffee, waiting for it to boil, and then waiting for it to cool down. Now that would work fine. I do it a different way just because I don't want to, you're having to wait for coffee to cool down, which can take a while. So I generally put a little bit of water in, put in the coffee, boil it, and then add spring water after it's boiled. So that's how I do it, so that the coffee cools down quicker. But you can do it like that if you've got time. That's not a problem. 1 minute, because I'm pretty sure I'm going to have to get a hair test up for this one. Hello, I've been feeling like rubbish for the past week. Bro, I haven't started the supplements because I don't have the money. Is there something I could do right now? My anxiety is non-stop. I took L-theanine and that did absolutely nothing. It seems I've gotten worse since drinking that raw milk and taking L-glutamine before I started your program. I'm doing the diet, but I'm kind of scared of the enemas because I don't have the supplements to regenerate my body from what the enemas pull out. What can I do at this time to help me until I get the supplements? So it's a complex question, really. If you've been feeling rubbish since you've started the program, there's a chance that you might be healing and going through this kind of shock period and an intense detox period. If you watch my video called "How I Felt in the Beginning of the Program" and getting through the initial stages, you'll get more of an understanding of the challenges that some people can face in the beginning of the program. So is it from that? Is it because you've started the program and the program is shocking to the system and you're detoxing a lot? Or have you not started the program yet? Seems like you have. So I feel like if you watch some videos, that would help a lot. So yeah, How I Felt in the Beginning of the Program, if you search for that, Rowlands, and also search for Getting Through the Initial Stages of a Nutrition Balancing Program. And also me and Luke did a podcast called The Difficulties when you're on a nutrition balance program, something along those lines. If you're suffering from anxiety, and you can go and buy some supplements from the shop now. I'm not sure whether you've bought supplements or you've not bought supplements. I haven't started the subs because I don't have the money, so you don't have the supplements. So you can try and go onto my website, life.net, with all the supplements on there and see the list of ingredients and maybe find some cheaper versions. You can also go to Dr. Wilson's website and check out his article on anxiety, and that'll give you an understanding more about how anxiety works in general. But I get the impression that you might be going through the initial shock stage, especially when, so your diet's been pretty bad for a while. So yeah, I would watch them videos so you get an idea of what is potentially happening to you at the moment. Then I'll read Dr. Wilson's article on anxiety because that's going to help you out a lot. But apart from that, I would try and start the enemas now. You don't need to worry about having the supplements because that's going to help with your anxiety a lot. Also, sonotherapy is going to help with your anxiety quite a lot as well. But you're in quite a stressed state according to your hair analysis, and it's likely that the nutrition balancing program is starting to remove some of your kind of fast oxidation tendencies, and it's slowing you down a little bit, and it's going to be anxious producing. If you remember, I remember doing a video actually for you last week, and I talked about how the biggest issue that you're going to have is slowing down with your personality and your hair analysis pattern and your oxidation rate. And whenever people slow down, they can get anxious. So that could also be a factor. So just keep an eye on it and keep me informed, and we'll get through it together. All right, so that's it, guys. All right, so thanks for watching. and I guess I'll see you pretty soon. Ciao.